Hey everyone, it's Dare, your 2019 Miss Bikini model. Now what does that mean? That means that I competed in a pageant and I won the national title. Today I'm going to walk you through what I did for my makeup for the pageant. I hope you guys are excited. So basically, I just got out of the shower and I'm not going to be wearing this the entire time. I just kind of wanted to, you know. Ta-da! Okay, so basically what I wanted to do is I wanted to show you guys how I prepped my skin and did my makeup for the pageant. I'm actually going to be doing a live stream today, so by the time you guys see this video, it will have been yesterday. You can check it out on the Miss Bikini Instagram page, Miss Bikini US. I'll put the link down in the description below. I've talked about this pageant before, but I have a lot of stuff to show you and a lot of information, so I'm going to be answering some questions about the pageant while I prep and do my face routine for the pageant. Well, the pageant's not today, but this is how I did it for the pageant back in July. Let's get to it. First things first, I'm going to lose all of my materials here because I know I'm going to spill on them. Hi! Okay, I'm back and ready. I just took off my crown and my sash because I didn't want to lose anything, but the most important thing is taking care of your skin underneath all the makeup you're wearing, so I like to use a witch hazel after I get out of the shower. But I'll take this, put it all over, and dab it onto my face to get into those pesky blackheads. No one likes those. So one of the first things people want to know is, what is it like being a national title holder? And for me, this has been a goal of mine since I competed in pageants at a very young age, as I always wanted to be a title holder on a national level because I knew that with a title you have more pull and more validation as to what you're saying and your experiences you have because you won, you know, you have the title and you can tell people how you practiced and how you prepared for the pageant, and they're usually a little bit more willing to listen. And I don't know, it's just something I've always really wanted to be as a young kid, and certain pageants I actually did really well in but never quite got the title, so it's just a breath of fresh air to have a pageant that supports me and backs everything that I say in regards to the pageant and really believes in me as an individual and not just a title holder through them. After you're done with your witch hazel, it's very important to use either a serum that you find or like, or you can skip straight to the moisturizer. I like to use serums just because it helps keep your skin youthful. Serums are made to tighten the skin, refresh it, make it more glowy and dewy. So good for you. Another question that I usually get asked is about the pageant itself and some different things that qualify you. The pageant itself is called Miss Bikini US, and you can register online to compete. There usually is an email that you can get a hold of the director if you have any specific questions that won't be answered either on the stream or right here, right now. But the thing about the pageant is you have to be 18 years of age at the young end of the pageant, so at least 18, and it goes all the way up to 30, I believe. It's a modeling experience as well. So basically you spend the entire time shooting with different photographers, doing a runway show, and meeting other models and making connections with the judges and potentially getting modeling jobs off of it. So it's not just I'm going in for the crown and I want to win the crown. A lot of it is impressing people that could be future employers and could provide many opportunities for you. So there are two different main divisions. I'll explain that in a second. There is the younger division, which is the model division, which is what I am the title holder for right now. It is ages 18 up to 29, and then the older division, which is 30 and plus, is the Miss Bikini Fitness. Now there are some other titles at the pageant as well, but they are by height. So you could be thinking that you're competing for the model or the fitness division, but there are two other titles as well. There's Miss Bikini Image and Miss Bikini Ocean. Also depends on your height, because certain ones you have to be 5'5" and up or 5'6" and up. So if you're looking for more information, it is on the website, or you can email the national director if you're kind of curious which division you'd be going for. So now that you are serumed and I guess witch hazeled up, you're gonna take your moisturizer, whatever kind you like. I just like to use Clean and Clear, and you're gonna put this all over your face. And you wanna make sure you are moisturizing even though you are in Miami and it's really hot out, but it's just really good for your skin, to get in there hydrate. What to do is take some rose water and spritz it all over my face, just because it helps with the hydration as well. A lot of girls want to know what are the times for competing and photo shoots and how does that work. Now, a lot of the photo shoots are going to be at sunrise, which is at anywhere between 6 to 6:30. So you're basically up at like 3 a.m. getting ready. It sounds kind of ridiculous, but girls that understand pageants and understand modeling will get the concept that this is kind of what it's like doing an actual pageant or a modeling gig, is that you have to wake up early, be at appearances, be bright-eyed and bushy-tailed and ready to go, which can be a lot, but you know, luckily there is Starbucks to get you some caffeine and get you through the day, and it usually turns out to be a really great time. I honestly loved it, so it's worth it. The most important step that I think a lot of girls forget is sunscreen. Make sure that you pack some. I really like this. It's called Pacifica. I got it at Target, and it's got like this bronzing, like coconut kind of glow to it. I'm not going to use it today because it is really oily, but I use it for all over my body and my face. You know what? I'll use a little bit just to kind of show. See, like it's quite brown. I really liked it because it does have bronzing properties, which will kind of make you look tanner. And if you're anything like me, my face is like my least tan part of my body. I guess that would be pale. My palest part of my body, so I always try to add a little bit of this to it to bronze it up a little bit. Put some of those oils back in. Plus, it is an SPF. What is it? I think it's SPF 30? Yeah, SPF 30. So luckily it can block out those harmful rays if you get any on your face, which you will if you are competing. Okay, I have you all zoomed in nice and close. Now I'm going to show you how I do my makeup. I know a lot of you probably aren't that interested in all the different mechanics, but I am going to be answering some questions as I do all of the many and multiple different steps. I hope you guys are as excited as I am. So basically when it comes to a pageant or a photo shoot on the beach, you want to use a lot of primers that'll keep your makeup lasting throughout the day. So I'm going to show you like many and multiple different layers of the different primers that I use. The first thing I like to use is my NYX Proof It eyeshadow primer. NYX primer, but it's for your eyebrows, and I just put it on there really quickly. So what I do is I take this stick, I roll it up a little bit, and I just get right where my under eye bags are. And that will help brighten that area up just a tad. Ta-da, and it's so cute, like look at him. Then I take my Estee Lauder Smoother Universal Perfecting Primer, and this has a little bit of oil to it. For those of you who have really dry skin, this could be really nice for, or if you have oily skin like me, I would just use a teeny tiny bit, and I go right in my T-zone on my nose, my forehead, right below my under eyes and my chin. Then I'm going to use my hands and just massage everything in to the skin. Then I'm going to use another primer. It's the, I think this is Estee Lauder, yeah, this is the Estee Lauder Hydro Prep. So there's one side that has the serum on it that makes everything stay on your face. So I put it under my eye area. I'm going to take my hands, blot it in gently, and then I'm going to take the concealer and go underneath. Another frequently asked question is, how much should I pack for the pageant? Now, a lot of people are gonna say that you like want to bring everything that you own and as much bikinis that you can pack and bring and find. Bring like 12 dresses, and you know, like there's a lot that goes into it, but you don't need to bring everything you own. The best way that I can describe it is, this is a bikini pageant, so obviously I would say bring as many bikinis as you have and that are a little bit more like flashy or showy, because it is a photo shoot. You're going to be taking photos throughout the entire period of the pageant, so always bring bikinis. I definitely recommend, outside of bikinis, having 4 to 5 different sundress or like cocktail dress outfits that are fancier than what you would wear. I don't know, like I would say fancier than what you would wear out to shopping, but not like evening gown apparel, if that makes sense. So try to find something that's a little flashy. You are in Miami, so it is okay to show a little skin. As you can hear, my mother is baking right now, so we're just gonna keep trucking along while she's blending here, just like I am. I spend like way too much time blending my makeup, but I don't want it to look, you know, you want it to look seamless and effortless and, you know, stunning. So now that the concealer has been blotted in, this is where it gets kind of tricky because you don't want to use wet foundation that's going to slip right off your face as you're shooting, but you don't also want to use dry so that it's cracking. What do? Let me show you. So I take this Clinique Stay Matte liquid foundation. It says it's oil-free. I mean, there's like, I wouldn't say it's completely oil-free, but what I do is I take it and I put a little bit on my wrist. So I do like that much because a little goes a long way with this stuff. Maybe that's not a little bit. That could be a lot, depending on how much you actually wear. And then I take, where is it? Here it is. My NYX concealer. This is a different one than what I used earlier. It's got more of like a yellow pigment to it. And I take the blotter here and I just blot a little bit to mix into the foundation. Da, da, da. Okay, cool. Done. Now this is gonna be my base foundation. So I'll take the back of my beauty sponge here and blend it in just like on my wrist here. That's why sometimes if you see that I'm like in a hurry at a photo shoot, you'll notice my wrist is like a different color than the rest of my arm, and it's usually because I was doing my little science experiments on my arm. Now you're just gonna blot this all over your face. Again, I am not a makeup artist. I am not a cosmetologist or anything by any means. I am just someone who has watched YouTube for years, and I kind of know what works well for my skin, and this is what I did during the pageant. So now that your face is like one-dimensional and only has one color, what we're gonna do is take my Revlon Banana Setting Powder, and I'm gonna put this underneath my eyes. As you can hear, my mother is baking, and I'm gonna be baking in here. Just like she was blending earlier, now we're gonna be baking. Baking is a makeup term where you leave your foundation, like your powder foundation, in certain spots on your face, and you let the heat and the warmth of your body kind of let it melt into the skin. So I'm gonna put this underneath my eyes. I'll bring my mirror over here so you guys can see a little better as I do this. You see that?
I use the tip of the sponge to get all the way up under my eyes. And I just kind of like bounce it in. I do a lot of under eye brightening just because I do a lot of editing. I do a lot of late nights posting, you know, on social media and editing and stuff. So I try to focus a lot in my under eye area just because like I usually look a little tired.
Next, you're gonna take a really big fluffy brush and you're just gonna like blend in any other area that you're not really wanting harsh lines on. I try to leave my under eyes as long as I can and just blend everything else in. So I'll do my forehead. Next is eyebrows. Everybody has their own preference, so I use an angled brush and the Maybelline Tattoo Studio. What is this? Eyebrow pomade? I think it's an eyebrow pomade technically. So I use this and I just draw over my eyebrows. Everybody has their own way of doing it, so yeah, good luck. Another tip that I have for just getting bookings outside of the pageant, through the pageant, would be, got it? Good. Next, I'm gonna take that same concealer I used everywhere, it's the NYX one, and I'm gonna underline my brows just so they're really prominent. And I'm gonna drag that all the way down. This is called where you're shaping your brows. I usually do this a lot just to give them extra definition. Next is all over foundation, yay! So I like to use this. This is just an ad for Estee Lauder, I swear, because I love all their products. But this is what I bought before I competed in the pageant, and I still have it now. So obviously it may be a little bit more expensive, but their stuff works, and it works so good. But I use their Estee Lauder foundation, and I'll use a brush. Whoosh, and I'll blend it all over on my face. This is gonna make me look really bronzed, so just get ready. It's gonna be a lot because I was very tan at the pageant, and right now it is winter time. I am not tan. You can do what I've actually done in the past, which is going door to door and asking businesses if they would sponsor you. Any donation amount goes towards the pageant, and then they would either get their ad in the book or like there's tons of ways that you can get sponsors and convince them that it's a tax, it's a tax write-off, and you could get your name in the book, which is usually pretty cool, and a lot of places like that. Having their ads in the back page usually helps them out a lot, so if you want to, you can do that. I totally forgot that I'm bronzing right now. So I use this Revlon. I spend too much money on makeup, I swear. Or this is Revolution. Okay, Makeup Revolution. They have an amazing highlighter palette. So I use kind of this like shimmery gold pink color. And I just do it on like my cheeks here. Do you see that? Like, look at how nicely it just like makes you look bronzy and shimmery. So gorgeous. I keep looking in the viewfinder because I'm like, who's that girl? If you're still here, thank you so much for watching. Yeah, doing makeup and talking is really hard. This is why I don't usually do makeup tutorials, because it's like, it takes me 5 years to spit out what I'm trying to talk about, and then like I forget to talk about certain things that I'm doing. I'm just kind of like rubbing some powder. So what I'll do is I'll go back to the baking powder and I'll dip like a brush in there and just like pack it on my lid to like make it even out again. It's been a long enough time that this under eye powder's been baking. I'll like brush it a little, like dust it off a little bit. So I'm sure you guys can tell in that light, it's really strong. Like you can definitely see that it's lighter right there. Like it's almost too light. Mist. So this is the Revlon Face Mist Prime Setting Spray. Yeah, there it is. It's a setting spray. So I like to use this as soon as I've got all my foundation laid. Grab like a tiny thin brush, like so, and I will wet it with the mist, so that way the highlighter will stick to it. Gorgeous, darling. And I like, so with my skin tone, I like to use gold highlight, and I know a lot of people like to use like a more white or like frosted highlight, but I just find that gold looks better on my skin. So I'll take this while my face is drying, and I'll put it right underneath my brow bone. Can you see where I'm putting that? Right there. Now, I didn't actually have the Conspiracy palette, obviously back then, because like, duh, it wasn't released, but this is like my new go-to palette because I like all the colors in it. Call me what you will, but I love it. Like, I love all the neutrals in it, which is really bad because like, a lot of people like it for like the shocking colors, but I, like, as you can see, I've like used all the neutrals up here a lot, and those are actually similar to the colors I used during the pageant. So I'm gonna take a big fluffy brush into my pills and put it all over the lid of my eye. I say don't go crazy with colors. I would do like a brown smoky eye or just like a typical black smoky eye. Something to really make your eyes pop, but I wouldn't do anything crazy. Like if you look on this palette, there's like reds and greens and purples. I would stick to something more, oh, there's my lamp. You can see it in the mirror. I would stick to something more neutral because you are gonna be wearing a lot of other colors, if that makes sense. You don't wanna like limit yourself with orange or yellows and then during the pageant you're wearing like a dark purple and it just doesn't match. Okay, so I put my pills all over my eyelids, as you can see here. Now I'm just gonna take, I know it's really boring, but I'm probably just gonna take Tanicon and put it in the hood of my eyes. Cut off the excess there so it doesn't get everywhere. I'm gonna play it safe and go into like Diet Root Beer and like call it a day because I want to keep it really neutral. Like I said, because with the pageant you're gonna be wearing tons of different outfits. You can put a pop of color in there. I think I used a red shade last time. When I was competing at the pageant, I used my Modern Renaissance palette, and there's this, it's called Red Ochre, that I put in the corner. So I'm gonna actually use that because why not, you know? It's a good color. I personally like to use reds because it makes my brown eyes pop. So if you have a certain color that really makes your eyes like stand out, I would say try to use that, but find like a neutral way to blend it into your look. It looks good, I like it. So it's like it sounds weird that I'm saying that now because I did this like so long ago. I actually pulled up pictures to like reference like what I actually wore at the pageant, so yay. Good on me for being authentically me. or authentically going back to my roots. Except for the Conspiracy palette, obviously wasn't there, but I just used neutrals from the Modern Renaissance, so you can use either or. I just really like the red. Find a color that makes your eyes pop, makes them sparkle, makes them shine, put that in the corner, make sure it's still neutral enough that if you put on like a purple bikini, this isn't like a lot of red that's gonna make people be like, ooh, didn't look like she knew what she was doing. Next is eyeliner. I did a wing eyeliner look out to the side, and because I can't do eyeliner while I'm sitting here filming, I'm gonna pause and come back once my eyeliner is done. So now that I'm done with my eyeliner, what you would do next is glue on fake eyelashes. I'm gonna wait for a little bit to do that, and I'm gonna go back to my highlighter for my nose a little bit and just try to make it look a little bit more slimming with a tiny brush, and just bring it down your nose like so. Oh, you guys can't even see, I'm sorry. Like this. I try not to go too heavy on the nose contouring because obviously from different angles you're gonna look a little bit different, and you want all your pictures to come out nice. So I'm gonna sit here and try to make it look little and cute. There we go. Now we're gonna go to our highlight, and you're gonna go down the center and make a little dot on the tip of your nose. I think a lot of people know how to do this now because there's not like a lot of tutorials anymore, and a lot of people are like actually good with makeup. There we go. Hello. Okay. Lashes on. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do. Mascara. I like the Better Than Sex mascara. All right, so one of the last few things I like to do is lipstick right before you go out. I like to use a neutral shade to kind of go with your neutral eye look. Bam. But I'm gonna teach you this kind of life hack that it's really bad for you, but I find it makes your makeup last all day long, and I don't recommend doing it every single day, but if there's a day that you want your makeup to last, obviously use setting spray, but I find that doing a light mist of hairspray actually keeps it in place. Like I said, this is like not good for you at all. Like I know I've seen the studies, but I think doing it every once in a while will make it stick and last throughout the day, but then you also can, how to explain this? But if you wash your face every single night and you take really good care of your skin, I think it'll kind of bring it back to life from this. But I definitely don't recommend using this every single day. The warning's out there. So what I do is I take a little bit, don't do a lot because it'll make your face freeze, but just do like a little mist. Usually like I'll give it a minute. There we go. What hairspray does is it adds kind of like a drying layer to your makeup that a setting spray can't do. Now, if that seems too much and too harsh, I'll take a setting spray and mist over it just to kind of like reopen everything back up again. Let it all dry. Again, I know it sounds crazy, but when I was on the beach and my face was melting off, I was like, I don't know what to do, how to make this stay. And I found a YouTuber that said, use hairspray, like it works. So I did, and it, lo and behold, it does work. And if you guys have any other questions or tips, I tried to hit all of the ones that I found were the most popular or people tend to ask a lot more about. If you have any others, you can reach out to me on Instagram. I'll put it on the screen here. The link will be in the description down below. I'll also include the pageant website if you want to sign up or get a hold of the national director. I'll include that down there as well. I know this is kind of a long, boring video, but there's some people out there that want to know what it's like to do makeup and how I like to do it for pageants, and this is basically it. Someone's texting me. It's probably the national director being like, ah, because she's amazing. Thank you all so much. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for watching this video. I greatly appreciate all of you that enjoy being here for all of my adventures other than just modeling things. This pageant means the world to me, and I'm so glad to be representing. I have some volunteer opportunities coming up for myself that I'll be filming and doing behind the scenes of, and I hope you guys enjoy watching that too, because it's always good to give back to your community. So Yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you all have a magical day, and I hope magical things happen to you. Don't forget to reach out to me on any and all of my social media platforms down below. I would love to answer some more questions about the pageant, or if you have any questions for me, just let me know. Bye everybody. Love you all.